actually who taught us how to support chapters. So things have come like, one full circle, and that reflects a bit about what we do best in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asians, we are good at assimilating ideas and technology, putting in a little bit of innovation, repackage it, and sell it to the rest of the world. So if some of the things that you see is familiar, yeah, came from India. There's a little bit of BNI India there, a little bit of BNI Spain, a little bit of BNI UK, BNI Germany, and of course from BNI US. So it's adding different components, the best practices from different parts of the world that has helped us to achieve what we are doing now in Vietnam and also in other countries in Southeast Asia. Okay. So just a quick introduction to Vietnam. Since a lot of focus is on Vietnam. Vietnam is a very long country. It's a coastal country. And we started 6 years ago just by having 2 chapters launched, one in Ho Chi Minh and one in Hanoi, 2 days apart. So from then on, 6 years later, we've got 16 cities that we have opened up. And if you look at our chapter size, we've consistently grown except in 2014 where we outgrew ourselves. We were growing so fast, we didn't have enough directors to look after the chapters. We had a bit of a crisis. We grew too fast, okay? So 2014 was a consolidation year, and 2015, 2016, we continued growing, okay? So this is in terms of chapters, this is in terms of members. So you can see there's a dip in 2014. But the interesting thing is this, okay? Although there's a dip in chapters and member size, the average chapter size didn't stop. So we continue to grow, and at this moment, our average chapter size is about 40. Yep. And then in terms of referrals, the referrals have been growing. That means the members are getting to know the BNI system better and better. We are having more quality members joining us, and therefore the referrals grow. And also the amount of thank you for closed business. Now, I always like to share figures in Vietnamese dong, because in Vietnam, it's very easy to be a billionaire. $1 at this moment is 22,500 Vietnamese dong. Okay? So it's very easy to be a billionaire in Vietnam, yeah? So I just translated it into US dollars. So this is the figures in US dollars, okay? So there's, you think about it, Vietnam is not a rich country. Our GDP is only 6,000 US per capita. That's really low. You know what's the minimum wage in Vietnam? 100 US dollars. That's the minimum wage. People survive on 100 US dollars per month, okay? So if you think about, that type of per capita, GDP per capita, and that type of minimum wage, so what we're achieving in BNI is very, very significant. We're actually changing lives in Vietnam, okay? So how do we get our chapters launched? Let me share with you the timeline. So I believe that you've got some form of handouts, do you? Okay, so you may want to write some of the points into your handout. So this is the timeline that we do. So we launch chapters like you all in 3 phases, okay? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 1 is what we call the coffee session, okay? And our goal in the first 2 weeks is to have 5+ drivers. Then after that, at the end of 6 weeks, there are 12+ drivers. We call them the founding members. And then after phase 2, we have 25+ core group members. Phase 3 is the go-to-launch training, and then we do 2 launches. First launch picks up about 15+ new members, and the second launch picks up another 10, giving us platinum chapters, okay? So this is the timeline that we were using. So using this timeline, what did we achieve, okay? We achieved core groups of 26 members, so BNI Plus, in Ho Chi Minh 6 region, we had 26 members. And then in Vung Tau area, we had another core group of 26 members. So we were achieving that. And then we had a 4-minute mile movement. You know what's a 4-minute mile? When somebody achieves something that you thought was not possible. So the 4-minute mile achievement for us was BNI Abundance chapter in Hanoi. They had a core group of 61 members. So that was the first Platinum Hall of Fame launch that we had. Yeah. And believe it or not, usually when you say in BNI, the EDs, the national directors, or even the directors don't necessarily have got all the knowledge. A lot of the good knowledge comes from members, isn't it? Yeah, it's their own motivation, the way they do things, that actually we learn from. So we look at BNI abundance chapter, and then we studied them and analyze what are the things they were doing right to achieve this type of success. So I'm going to share with you some of the key success factors that we learn from members also, apart from what we've learned from others. So would that be good? Can you give a neighbor a high five and say, that's awesome? Okay. Can we do that another time? Can you give your neighbor a high five and say, that's awesome? Okay. So the first thing is that we've got to begin with the vision, yeah? Okay? We've got to have this vision that our region is going to be a platinum region where every chapter is going to be a platinum chapter. Vietnam wants to be the first platinum country in the world. So we've got platinum regions, but we've never ever had a platinum country, right? Okay? So BNI India will be the second country to be a platinum country, right? Give yourself a round of applause, okay? And if you could become the first platinum country, we will celebrate together with you, okay? So we have these timelines that are milestones, okay? And we have this mindset that we want to become platinum 60 days from launch, okay? So having this mindset is important because, you know, when you got this mindset of wanting to be platinum, you get closer to it day by day. And we in fact have one region, Hanoi 6, that does not want to become a platinum region. They've learned from India and they want to be a titanium region. So this crazy ED with his team, so far every chapter they've launched, you know, their chapter size, their average chapter size at this moment is 76. Okay? So their region has only got 4 chapters, but they are all titanium chapters. Okay? So that's the vision, okay? But for me, I feel that, you know, it's good to have the titanium vision, but if all the chapters in your region can be platinum, to me that's good enough. Yeah? At the end of the day, what's the main purpose? The main purpose is members benefit, right? So we know platinum chapters, members get more benefits. So what we want is for members to get more benefits, need not necessarily be titanium. If you can, it'll be good, but it's not mandatory, okay? So that's the mindset that we have. So the new timeline that we now have is that in 2 weeks, we want to get 8+ drivers instead of 5. Oops, sorry. Then we've got 15 founding members. Then our core group is 35. That means the minimum size in Vietnam now for launching chapters is 35. Again, we pick up 15 in the launch 1, 10 more in launch 2. So by the time you've got a second launch, you're getting close to become titanium. Okay. So this is the new timeline. Okay. So once we've got a mindset shift, aiming for 35 as the minimum size to launch chapters, then we start having larger core groups, yeah? So BNI 4M in Ho Chi Minh 6, now their core group has grown to 36. BNI Trust Hanoi, their core group is 76 members. And the largest core group we have at this, okay, not every chapter will have these phenomenal large core groups. So 35 is our minimum. So we continue to have, 35 core group chapters. And the largest that we have is BNI Dragon chapter in Hanoi, which has a core group of 81 members. Okay? So that's the largest that we have so far. Okay? Thank you. So the next thing that we need to have, in terms of key success factor is a systematic process. So I've shared with you our timeline is very, very clear. Okay? And then the process is very clear. We like to have things documented. Okay? And then the next important thing is that it has got to be easily duplicated. If we make things difficult, then few people can achieve. But if you make things simple, everyone can achieve it. Can you follow me with this mantra? Launching chapters. Launching chapters is simple and easy. Let's repeat that. Launching chapters is simple and easy. Launching chapters is simple and easy worldwide. Okay? This mantra I've been chanting for the last 2 years. For 2 years, I've been draining into the minds of all my directors that launching chapter is so simple and easy. Why is it simple? Because there is a process. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. And why is it easy? Because all you got to do is just do it. Follow the process and they get the results. Yeah? So if you've got the mindset that everything is simple and easy, then people will do it with less resistance. You make it complicated, then in their mind, oh, I can't do it, or I will face challenges when I do it, and then you have all these challenges. So it's important to have this mindset within our regions that launching chapter is simple and easy. Just follow the process. Okay. When you talk about easy duplication, we came up with these Facebooklets. That's the picture. Okay. And this is the 3 booklets for phase 1, where we are all individuals. Phase 2, where we are looking for a contact sphere. And phase 3, where we work together as a chapter to get the chapter launched. Okay. Okay. So traditionally, who has got all the knowledge? The launch director. Yeah, all the knowledge is in the launch director's head. So let's say there are 10 things to do to launch a chapter and we only do 8. Who knows? Nobody knows, right? At the same time, when you are the one with the knowledge and you are the one that's feeding the core group members with the information, what happens? It's a lopsided relationship, right? They are dependent on you for the information, the knowledge, for the steps. Then the mindset is, tend to be that it's the launch director's chapter, not our chapter, and he's the one that's pushing us to get the chapter launch. So the relationship is different. But when you've got a Facebooklet like this, that means I have got the information and my core group members have the information, our relationship is now more balanced. Okay? So if there are 10 steps to be done, I know the 10 steps and they know the 10 steps. And if I happen to miss one, they'll remind me and say, hey, YP, why haven't you done this yet? Yeah, so we take ownership of the process. And because both of us have got the information, we are now having a more balanced relationship. And then they take more ownership of the chapter. Then my role as the launch director is basically to coach them to use the process, okay, to use the process to get the chapter launched. So since we introduced the Facebooklets, we find launching a chapter so much easier. And here I want to acknowledge, okay, the people that came up with the idea of having the launch